Hey guys, welcome to another one of my videos. Yes, I know it's been a bit since I've done a video outside. I'm sorry, it's been too bloody hot outside to attempt to do one. I think today looks like the first day that we're finally getting a bit of a break from this super hot weather. I'm actually able to be outside today. Oh no, I was going out in the heat. It just limited my time and lots of water. So anyways, I have to give my thoughts on one of the latest news that came out that the governing body announced on their website. I'll read the statement. Another one of their breaking news: house-to-house preaching will resume on September 1st, 2022. The governing body is pleased to announce that the house-to-house preaching work of Jehovah's Witnesses will resume on September 1st, 2022. We pray for Jehovah's rich blessing to be with all of you as we resume our house-to-house ministry. Man, they sound so cheery when they say that. Now, I'm sure many of Jehovah's Witnesses actually hate the door-to-door ministry. I know I did. Although a lot will not readily admit that, and I do understand that, because when I was still in, that was true. That was not something that I could just readily say out loud to people. I hate it, don't want to do it, don't like doing it. And as we know, over the years, a lot have taken to very creative ways of counting their time. Because with Jehovah's Witnesses, it's not so much about trying to have biblical and spiritual discussions with people, it's more about counting their time. And the aim is more conversion, not really just discussion. So many Jehovah's Witnesses would place literature with a neighbor or leave it at doctor's offices, dentists, laundromats. Drive out to rural territory, because you could just count your time with all the driving, although not so much nowadays probably. Or just, yeah, lots of ways to try to count your time while talking to as few people as you can. The Pioneer Shuffle. I think I encountered that a little bit when I worked with a pioneer going door to door. I'd say I encountered that a little bit. Walking really slow between doors, because it does two things. They can count more time that way because it takes longer, and they talk to fewer people overall. And like I've said, I knew of many regular pioneers that they had developed their own methods to basically find ways to count their time with as little as door-to-door as possible. I knew ones who they wouldn't come out to the groups at all that much. Then looking back, I just, stupid as it sounds, it took me a bit to figure it out, but I figured out they don't want to do door-to-door. I knew a lot, at least one in particular, who had a couple of Bible studies or return visits that they would just chat at for a really long time. It's just in general talk, like not necessarily a biblical discussion, but it was just a sneaky way to count their time. While I was on a return visit or Bible study. Or I'm sure a lot counted their time just trying to talk to unbelieving relatives. But you know what, I just gotta say, like, the preaching work resuming, and just ultimately, I know for a certainty that many of the Jehovah's Witnesses, there's gotta be panic and anxiety that's racing through their heads. A lot are probably thinking, they're pushing me to go back to in-person meetings, and I'm not keen on doing that. and now they want us to go back door to door preaching. Somebody just shoot me right now. I can imagine some are probably even upset or a little angry because they thought with COVID, when they had to stop their door-to-door work, that this was really it. That this might, okay, the preaching work is done for good this time. That's it, it's over. But no, now we're resuming in like technically less than a month. Well, I could almost say it's like guys, it's like another false prophecy from the governing body that has failed to come to pass, and you're still asleep. You need to wake up. Sorry, hang on. Hang on. Yes, I've got notes, and I thought I turned to the next page of notes, but I didn't. Okay, sorry. I got it now. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. So things are slowly getting back to normal for the Jehovah's Witnesses, and much to many of their dismay. You know, first they got like their in-person meetings have resumed. Their first in-person convention is going to be next year, and now they want them to resume their door-to-door work. You know, I really think this will push many to leave, many who are just fed up as it is, and who are slowly waking up during COVID and even before COVID. I'm sure that for them, like, this will be the last straw. That's it, I'm done. And I'm gonna make a very good guess, oh yeah, that not as many Jehovah's Witnesses will be back out doing the door-to-door work. Not as many will be eager to get back out into the door-to-door work. And if they're having this much trouble just getting a lot to come to the in-person meetings in the first place, because I hear a lot are like below 50% attendance, man, imagine the trouble they're going to have to get people out in the door-to-door ministry again. I think a lot of those field service reports are going to have low hours. And you know, it just makes me wonder, like, so many things with regard to the Jehovah's Witnesses resuming their preaching work. Like, there'll be a lot of nervousness for some. They've been doing it for so long, and they stopped for a couple of years, and now they have to start doing it again. I'm wondering, will they have to wear masks? Because they have to wear masks when they do the carts right now. So will they have to wear masks when they go door to door again? That'll be interesting to see. And what about the return visits that a lot might have had before COVID? So the door-to-door work stopped for a couple of years, so some of those RVs haven't been called on for like 2 years. Would it really be smart to go back to some of these return visits? I think some might have moved or forgotten about them, and I think it'll be more of a struggle to think of presentations of what to say at the door, because there's only like 2 magazines a year now, when at one point there used to be as many as 48 per year. You had 2 watchtowers and 2 awakes per month. And just, I think one of the biggest things, like, I'm like, I kind of wonder, like, is it really a smart move for the governing body to send their people back out in the door-to-door? Because people are more informed nowadays. There's more information available thanks to the internet, and it's easier to get this information online. So many people are going to be a lot more informed about cults and groups like the Jehovah's Witnesses. But so it remains to be seen how well returning to the door-to-door work preaching of the Jehovah's Witnesses, of how well it'll really go over with a lot of them. You know, 'cause that's just, when I left, that's one of the things I celebrated the most And one of the things I still celebrate the most, that I don't have to go door to door. I don't have to think of stupid presentations. I don't have to think of overcoming, what do they call it, like overcoming conversation stoppers, and just something that I really do not want to do, didn't want to do in the first place. But anyways, so those are just my thoughts on this latest news and development in the Jehovah's Witness world. I thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you like my videos. Have a good week, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.